some great comedians, and our next guest is no exception. Please welcome Chicago's own John Mulaney, everybody.
All right. Wow. Hi, my name's John Mulaney. How are you doing this evening? This is incredible. You know, for years and years, I was a child, and during that time, I grew up here in Chicago, Illinois. It was wonderful. And it's the best. The best. And I was very dumb as a kid. I was terrible in math when I was younger. That was my worst subject. And I went to this grade school where they did this thing one year where they decided to divide all the kids up into 2 different math groups based on your abilities. Now, the first group that you could be in was called the Blue Angels. It was named after the famous aviators. And the other group was called Group 2. Yeah, hooray! We were a swell bunch of kids in Group 2. The best part of it is we picked the name ourselves. I like watching this show called Cold Case Files, and I have learned something from Cold Case Files. It's an informative show, and I learned this. It was very easy to get away with crimes before they knew about DNA. It was ridiculously easy. Here's how easy it was to get away with crimes back then. As long as you weren't still there when the police arrived, you had an excellent chance of getting away with it. To the point that, like, the bank robbers would take credit for the bank robberies. They'd be running out of the bank and they'd be like, "Ha! Tell him it was the Suggins gang!" And then they'd shoot Suggins into the side of the wall. Like, what, were bullets free back then? And they wouldn't even disguise themselves. They would dress up for the bank robbery. They'd all be there in big suits and hats like they were going to church in Atlanta. They'd make a day of it. I was a big fan of that movie, Avatar. I loved Avatar, but I have a... Yes, it deserves more recognition. But I have a message for James Cameron, and that is this. The next time he has $500 million, he does not need to make a movie with that money. I would buy a ticket just to see $500 million. Like, that would be entertaining to me. He could just stack it up in a room and line us up down the hall. You know, put a guy out front in a straw hat that's like, "It is $8 to see the $500 million, or $10 to have your money added to the $500 million. Ooh, VIP. But think about it, that'd be as good as a movie, you know? You go into this room, and there would just be, like, stacks of $100 bills and jewelry and, like, gold coins spilling out of a pirate chest. Because pirates never bring a big enough chest. In pictures, their gold coins are always overflowing. And they can't get the lid closed. Why is that? I think that maybe, with the eye patches, they have poor depth perception. Thanks for listening to me. My name's John Mulaney. You're very kind. Thank you. Thanks. Hey!
John Mulaney, everybody! John Mulaney. We'll be right back. Perform and premiere their new hit, Our Kind of Love. Please welcome my friends, Lady Antebellum, everybody!
Oh, yeah. Here we go! The way you smile like a summer sky just shining down on me and you. I
and it kind of is the end of the show, but I used to, when I traveled doing stand-up, I like to talk to the audience and see if they had any questions, anything that anybody wants to ask me. It's always risky, but I enjoy it. Over here, yes. Hi.
Hi, Ellen. My name's Joanne.
Hello, Joanne.
My daughter Casey
Where
and
do you
I
live?
are huge fans. We drove all the way here from Wilmington, Delaware.
Wow. You win, I think, if there's a prize. Thank you for driving here. How long of a drive is that?
12 hours.
Wow. So what is your question?
My question is, what are your 3 most things that you cannot live without?
3 things that I can't live without. Oh, wow. That's a tough one to just narrow it down to 3. Well, raindrops on roses. Whiskers on kittens. Vodka on ice. Those are 3 things. Porsche, my wife, and the car. Animals. I love animals. And visiting Chicago, because I really mean that. It's such a great city. I love every time I come here. And you don't know this because you're here and you don't travel like I do, but Nick and I were talking about this. You are just, you're kind, you're polite, you're smart, you're such great people here. You're just lovely, lovely people. Thank you for driving here.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
My name is Bill.
Hi, Bill.
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago!
Uptown. I have a very deep, thoughtful question.
Okay.
What is the hardest thing that you've ever done?
Oh boy, unfortunately I have a lot of them. That's a hard one to choose from. The hardest thing I've ever done. I think sometimes the hardest thing that you ever do is the best thing that you ever do, and coming out was the hardest thing I ever did. It really was. And not actually getting there. I mean, getting to it was the hard thing. Saying, but it was pretty hard. That was a hard thing, but it was the best thing I ever did, and I'm very grateful for that. But thank you. Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Katie O'Connor. How are you?
Katie O'Connor. What a great name.
Thanks.
Where do you live, Katie
I
O'Connor?
live in Bucktown in Chicago.
Bucktown. Yes.
And I know that you're a fellow cat owner, and I know that cats do the funniest things, so I'd love it if you would share a funny story about your cats.
Share a funny story about my cats? Mm-hmm. You know, I don't have one, and I'm proud of that. I don't want to be a person sharing funny cat stories. I really don't.
Yeah, you do.
Don't ever want to become that person. I love cats. Do you have, maybe, what has your cat done that's humorous that, I don't know what you find funny necessarily. What has your cat done that's funny?
We have 2, Sheila and Miranda.
What are their names?
Sheila and Miranda.
Okay.
And they like to sleep with us, like on us, literally. Like Sheila will be on our heads. We're sharing our pillows at night. Miranda likes to think we're toys and just jumps over us like it's a game. And my husband doesn't seem to wake up to any of it. Just me.
See, that's not funny. So that's why I know that's adorable. It's adorable. I know. I have a kitty named Charlie that sleeps with me, and it's cute as hell, but it's not funny. Thank you for sharing that, though. Yes, sir. Hi.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
Matt Eck, Chicago, Illinois.
What's your name?
Matt Eck.
Matt Eck.
Matt Eck.
Matt Eck.
Matt Eck.
Matt Eck. Hi, Matt. What's your
How are
question?
you, Ellen?
Good. How are you?
I actually met you in 1996.
Yes,
at
how
the,
are you?
Yeah, hi.
Sure.
I knew you would remember me.
Different shirt, though, right?
Yeah. But I met you at the New York City Museum of Natural History in 1996, and you were kind enough to take a photograph with me, which I actually brought. It's on my fridge to this day. So my question for you is, before you were famous, did you ever have a photograph taken with a celebrity that meant a lot to you? my God.
Matt, come here. Who's got a camera? Take a picture of me and Matt. So, let me see what that looks like. That's not me. Look at us. Oh, we were kids back then.
Oh, I know.
Look at us, Matt. I don't know if I had pictures taken, but I don't know if I would have kept something. This is on your refrigerator still?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a friend with a... Oh, show the photo. All right. Show the photo, Matt. Look at that. Hold on, let me sign it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, take a picture. Wait, let's get the audience behind us. Look at that.
That's great.
Oh, you should show. You're all in it, and you look great. All of you look great. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. What a great show this was. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for being here. Thanks. I want to thank Nick Cannon and all of my somewhat special guests. Thank you so much, Chicago.